Yo, this is one for the books. It's not every day you get him in his slippers. That means he's gonna tell us everything. You know what I mean? KO, you ready?
Yeah.
You know? So he says his next album is pretty much gonna be better than Skhanda Republic. That's a big statement.
Straight up.
That's a big statement.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk about it on camera and whatnot, but you know, your ears will be the judge. So as soon as it drops, make sure you get out there and, you know, bump it. And hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, give me a comment.
Alright? So OG himself, click on subscribe. The interview going up right now. Yo, KO. You good, G?
I'm good in yourself.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
It's been a minute since you came here. 2-hour show.
Yeah.
And it's been a while. Like, a lot has happened in your space. In the 4-6 months that we haven't seen you.
Yeah.
How's life?
I mean, life is good, man. You know, I'm just focused on finishing this album. You know, I mean, I know the streets have been calling for it, so I need to make sure that I deliver a solid body of work. So that's been my focus.
And I know there was No Feelings, right?
Yeah.
There was Jungle that you have with, well, Young Sis has with you, and this now current project that you just released today that came out. Everyone's talking about it. I've been seeing it on Refulo's Snap the whole morning. How does it feel now that you're back full force and you're just saying I'm going in for the music and also working on your album as well?
It feels good, man. You know, just trying to regain the momentum, because now, in particular with the album coming, you know, they need to be aware of where I'm at, you know, and what to expect, you know. I think with No Feelings and this one, you know, people are getting to see a whole new different side of me, you know, and me showing versatility and stuff like that, and the reception, the way that the music has been reciprocated, you know, is quite humbling as well.
Can I actually interrupt you? They're talking about people receiving it. How do you feel people receive No Feelings? Are you happy with how they received it?
I am, because it wasn't, when I released it, I wasn't expecting it to be like a blockbuster, you know. I mean, I just felt it was one of those venting type of records, you know. I wanted to get that off my chest ASAP because I was gearing up for this one, you know what I'm saying? So without that record, for me, I'm not too sure how this one was gonna sit, you know, but it was important for me to get that conversation out of the way,
so that this
so I can focus on this one, you know, just like giving people some lighthearted, you know, feel good, you know, type of music. So that's where we at.
But No Feelings, you spaz though, bro. Like,
I had to.
You say a whole lot of stuff, you know. I remember listening to the song, I'm like, I wish I can get an acapella version of this one.
Yes, sir.
Because you just went in, like, no color into it, like black and white.
Yes, sir.
Were you that fed up?
What happened?
Yeah, you know, we do get to that point, you know, that tipping point, you know, as people, and some of us deal with it, you know, in different ways. And for me, the platform that I have, because I'm not big on like going on like social media and just, you know, going off, so the music is my main outlet, you know, and I'm not a very vocal person, you know, even in person. So, you know, so like with the music, that's where I feel, you know, most at liberty to do whatever that I want to do, and that song, that and the energy of the beat itself, you know, allowed for me to do that. So that's what was going on.
You put it in a song.
That's all I have to do, you know what I mean?
Same thing you did also in Cashtime, you know, that whole situation. Like, I'm not gonna say now no press statement. This is it. That's where I stand.
That's my strength, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people know me for. They don't know me for getting in front of these cameras and like, you know, putting together like a press conference, you know, to talk about stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not that good, you know, in terms of like my you know, in terms of delivering speeches and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So,
you know, every time you spaz on these songs, I remember when I was listening to No Feelings, I'm like, I wish there was a nigga's name that was dropped
Just
here.
drop a name so we know who you're talking about.
Because you've never had no beef with no nigga in public. And
I don't have beef.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would be so dope to hear you get into a situation where you're not clever, because on Skhanda, you're like, yazi, and I wish, like, what, you know, I'm one of those people, and I think you're one of those guys. Would be nice to see you in that space.
But have you ever had that though? I mean, this is an industry where people are fake, ne? I might have an issue with you, but jail. I'll only put it on a song without even saying. But have you ever had that moment? Clever. I've also got an with you. I see manje in person. Whether it's physical, whether it's verbal, clearly it's not physical because we've never heard you get into a physical altercation.
And you'll never hear about it, whether it happens or not.
Oh, I got you phone loud. Yes, sir. I'm sneaking and I'm
so in short, there has been a situation.
Who won on this one?
No, I mean, it wasn't like a physical back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just had to step up on homie, and the reaction, spoke a lot a few days later. So
I'm sure he's listening right now, whoever is.
From how I feel about.
I was one of those people that was surprised when you signed with Sony, because we didn't see that one.
I think everybody was.
Cashtime is signed to Sony, bro.
Oh, really?
No, I've always known that part, but I had no idea that you were also going to go that route of possibly signing with Sony. I thought maybe it was going to be someone else. I mean,
bro, we were dealing with Sony, since the creation of Cashtime. So after the Cashtime situation, was out of the window, I wanted to continue building with the people that I know, so it only made sense for me to go out there and do what I'm doing right now. So that's what it is. So and people think like, oh my God, this guy actually relinquished everything just to go and sign it out there as an artist. It's not even like that, bro. It's a partnership, you feel me? And I have my own situation right now as well, that I'm doing. I have my own imprint, which is Skhanda Republic, where I'm trying to do all kinds of things, except for signing artists. And
you've been saying that,
so I'm trying to do. I'm forging ahead, as far as me being an executive and being the businessman and the entrepreneur that I've always been. You feel me? So it's not like it's me relinquishing and folding and just like doing all kinds of crazy things like I'm like a newcomer. Come on, bro.
The signing artist thing is hard, ne?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. I think for me it was hard because I actually went beyond the business premise and created a personal and almost like an emotional connection with the folks that I was dealing with. And that's how it was sold to the public as well, So when people start seeing people leaving camp and boom, 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 it just feels funny, because like, when you are looking at it from the outside, you're like, these guys are such a beautiful family. And then when one evacuates the premises, and then it's like, okay, cool. It also affects you individually as a consumer. So that was one thing that I did wrong. So, but like, I think moving forward, if anything, if I do pick up an artist, it'll just be on a business level. You don't come to my crib, you don't get in my car, you Uber if you need to, or you get in a taxi.
I feel then you won't do it right, because that's how you did it, and it was right for you, it felt right for you, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But I feel like that personal stance with an artist won't necessarily work. I mean, why don't you want that emotional connection with the people that you work with?
Because when things fall apart, if that person that you are so emotionally connected with, if they don't have your back, you understand me, when things go down south, then there's a problem, because now you feel like, wow, after everything, bro.
Isn't that life though? Isn't that how we learn as adults? Because people will have your back and some people just won't.
I have learned that I need to keep it strict